Personnel Administration on page 29. This is all of the overhead costs except for medical insurance, basically, or the insurances. The merit pay line last year was increased. It was doubled, and that was due to the timing of the 1% raises that we were talking about last year because we didn't know where they fell, and so therefore I just brought that back out again. So it's back down to a number that we've used in the past. Right. Social Security, I do not go through and check people, by line. So what I do is on this one is I look at actual run rates and work it off of those type of numbers, so I'm annualizing. And so that's why it looks like it's moving. But you did have some very significant salary changes in the CBAs, which is now getting reflected because Social Security is up, and also the Medicare. The other three that we really are looking at are the New Hampshire retirement. Over on the right page, on page 30, the New Hampshire retirement group in Group 1, through this year, the rate was 8.8%. We've just received verification that state's fiscal 13, which starts July 12, is going to be at 10.77. So they're changing from 8.8 to basically 10.8. I have averaged the two because you pay half a year at one rate, half another. So I'm using a 9.9%, 9.79% rate. In fiscal 13, it will jump to the 10.77. Similarly, in police, we were at 1995. They're going to 25.3. Average the half years 22.6, and fire is going from 22.9 to 27.7. Average of 25. But I'm just warning that in year 14, which is the other half, you are going to see another lift in these accounts, so that those rates will be totally effective in the next fiscal year. That said, you're getting some major percentage changes in the retirements, and so when you look at the overall impact, you have a 14% change in this. You're going from 2.1 million to 2.4 million. This is one of the major pieces of the changes that you're seeing in this budget this time. You've got the CBAs, and now you've got this piece, which is the personnel portion, and then you're going to see another piece over in the insurances.
Questions, Mr. Dean?
No, sir.
Mr. Nichols?
Yeah, just want to make sure I understand the timing, Mike. So the rates that we are paying today are rates that increased beginning this past July 1.
Yeah, August. Actually, they've changed, and it was August 1. But yeah, you're right.
And so those rates are going to be the same for all of them, Group 1, Police and Fire, through
June 30th.
June of 14.
13.
By 12. No. Otherwise, would they change from 2 years, not one, right?
No, that was just that one. That was an adjustment due to the
assumed rate of return.
Yeah.
Okay. So then on top of that, so we've got that rate increase that's going to affect half of 13 when comparing it to 12, and then in addition to that, beginning July 1st of 13, we're going to get the 2-year biennium increase. And are your calculations based on knowing what that is, or
those are the rates? We've received notification that those rates have been certified.
Okay, so the trustees approved the GRS recommended rate increase. Okay, and then on top of that, then of course we've got all the CBAs which drove wages higher. So that sends these guys up.
And this is one of the ones where I track literally. You can't see it on this page, but on my budget worksheet, I have 3 columns. So everybody that's a full-time employee, their dollars fall into either Group 1, Fire, or Police. And they run right down and grand total up those salaries coming wherever they come from, and then multiply by the new rates that are here.
And all of the discussion at the state level about pension plans, discussions we've had here, whatever, what we're seeing is this stuff is now beginning to whack us and showing up in the numbers. 2000, right. If you look at the absolute numbers, 2013, the combination of Group 1 police and fire looks to me to be roughly about 1.2, 1.6, 1.7 million.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
I believe that number, if you go back to when you were on the board before, Ben, I think that number was somewhere south of $600,000.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty bad.
Yeah, and the worst part about it is these are big numbers that are still going to continue compounding.
Yeah, worse.
It's,
2039. After that, we might get some relief.
this is just not good.
I don't think I'm going to worry about that, Ben.
But Mike, certainly appreciate all the effort you put into coming up with these, because that's pain in the neck.
Mr. Moore?
Yes. I guess I would question why the merit pay why the budget was decided to be halved. And we've used it this year, and we might not see it charged to that. Well, we have seen it charged to that. Well, excuse me. We will see the rest of this year's budget used this year.
Yes.
Why did we half the budget for 2013?
It brought it back to the budgets we've had prior to this.
So we've allowed 1% merit increases on those people not covered by a CBA.
Yep.
Secondly, aren't we running at isn't every employer running at a reduced rate right now for Social Security and Medicare contributions vis-a-vis the historic?
For the employee.
So they didn't extend that to the employer?
No.
I thought they had in this year.
No.
I know they hadn't in 2011.
They extended it for the employee.
Very well. Thank you.
But no.
Very good. No budget shock from that. That was my only question.
We don't have enough votes.
Mr. Pierce?
I have one question for you, Mike, and I'm a little
Please.
confused about one line. The Social Security payment there, you know, it's gone up 18.61. If we, for our overall effect we've been seeing so far, the pay increases in the salary lines have gone in around the 4 or 5% level, give or take a little there. And this is 18. I don't quite understand how that, I would think it would be almost directly proportional to the increase in salaries.
I've also, I have run these off also using run rates, so that I took and looked at seeing what was happening in the salary ranges, and so have tried to also interpolate that. So yes, it is higher than I expected, but I believe that it's going to be closer to what we're actually going to be running at.
That means that this is going to be a little on the high side?
No, I think it'll be close to the actual. I think we're going to run into a problem this year.
And I'm not picking on, I just can't figure out
No,
why
but what I'm
it'd be
saying
so
is
high.
we're over expended in 2012 in these two lines exactly.
Oh.
So this is the catch up.
Oh, I see. It's more of a catch-up than it is
Yep.
an increase. Okay, that explains a little bit of it. Okay, that's the only question I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Okay, moving on.
Government